GurasTobbyBufas. What is this? Okay, I'm just going to refer to the red player as Guras, since I am not really sure how to read his other username. And willdbeast, well, wildebeest. For civilizations and for the map, for game number 1 of the series over here, there's one thing that I really like about Huehuecoyotl's tournaments, most often than not, and that's just the sheer variety of maps. We haven't gotten a single repetition. Obviously, we are just in game number 5 right now, right? But there are so many maps. There are just so many maps. It's just like the extreme opposite. Probably the extreme opposite will be hyper random, but this is close to the extreme opposite of something like King of the Desert, which is going to take place on the same map every time. So what do we get? Wildebeest, he's playing with Mongols, and Guras, he's playing with Britons. For Wildebeest, with the civilization, he's gonna have 40% faster working hunters, 25% faster attacking cavalry archer units. And Orlu, dude, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. Welcome everyone. We are casting Double Cup 3. We are currently watching some round of 64 sets. And we're gonna move on to the round of 32 sets that we have available. Afterwards, this is the third set from the round 64. We already cast 2, and this is the last one for the round 64. So after this one, we move on to the next stage of the tournament already, where the players are going to be a little bit closer. But so far, it's been good. It's been good. And it's certainly been a breath of fresh air to have some of the mid-elo players over here as opposed to just high-level players, which we usually see in these tournaments. So, looking forward to this. For anybody who might not be aware, Double Cup 3 is the third iteration of Double Cup, right? But it consists of double, triple, and quadruple TC start maps. So in this tournament, yeah, it's not going to be for the faint of heart. So far we have seen double TC starts only, but there are triple TC start maps in the map pool, and there is one quadruple TC map that I'm not really sure players can choose as home map, or if it's going to be a fixed map for a later stage in the game, or in the tournament rather. But yeah, I was just talking about the civilizations over here on the map a little bit. So for anybody who might not have seen this map before, Double Fort is, well, as its name implies, like fort but double. And wow, we see wildebeest losing a villager over here to the boar, and this is going to be pretty difficult to keep up with in terms of gameplay for anybody who is not particularly fast or has put some time practicing a double TC start, because you might think, okay, yeah, 2 TCs, what's the big deal? You get 3 TCs in the cast stage, you can go up to 4, 5 TCs, 6 TCs, right? We see this every time. But the difference over here is that you have to do so much more in the Dark Age with the double TC start than you have to do when you get like 3 TCs in the castle age, or 4 or 5. Because once you are in the castle age already, all you have to do is balance your economy, get the farms up, and keep the TCs running. Over here, you have to keep the TCs running, which is pretty difficult at the very beginning because you don't have enough resources. So naturally, both players are going to get some idle TC time, and it's going to require some pretty high skills to keep the TCs working without getting into too much idle TC time. Plus, we're gonna have on top of that the fact that you have to lure the boars, usually at the same time. So if you don't have something prepared specifically for double TC starts, you're probably going to find yourself luring 2 boars at the same time, which can result in what we saw from wildebeest on the right hand side. So it's pretty hectic. And yeah, this is just double TCs, right? We haven't gotten to the triple TCs maps yet. We haven't gotten to the quadruple TC map yet either. And if you want to get more information about this tournament, you can do !DC3. And if you have not seen my latest YouTube video as well, you can do !video, and you certainly want to take a look at it. I think it's pretty good. I am biased, of course. But yeah, it's the first scripted video that I have made in a very long time, actually, for my YouTube channel. I think the last one that I made was Age of Empires 2D's Evolution after 12 updates, where I went through the first 12 updates, Regiment Parts 2DE, and showed what changed since the game released. Regardless though, we have the Fuel H coming up over here for Guras, and willdbeast is not going up to the Fuel H just yet. He's gotten a little bit of extra idle TC time, plus the villager loss that he had earlier means that he's behind by about the villager and a half. But it shouldn't really matter too much because he's playing Mongols, and that means that his food income is significantly faster from hunters. However, he's kind of struggling a little bit over here though. Guras will be the first player to go up to the Castle H, I reckon, on double TC start. Usually it's not worth playing for the Fuel H, especially on a map like this where your opponent's already going to be walled anyway. Usually you just want to see the Castle H right away. So yeah, Guras is already in the Fuel H, and you take a look at his resources after going for a... Yeah, there we got a market, a blacksmith. He's going to be on his way to the Castle H. While willdbeast, instead, doesn't seem like he's going to do much of anything, will he? It's taking longer to get to the Fuel H, and there he is. He's going up, but it's going to be so much slower, man, compared to Guras. He should be on his way to the Castle H after he gets the buildings up. There we go. Nice. Beautiful. Castle H is on the way for Guras. Meanwhile, willdbeast still 30 seconds away from the Fuel H.
Ready.
There we are. Fuel H is here for willdbeast.
Mandata.
He's got the resources to go out to the Castle H, and you can see he's struggling over here. Once again, unless you practice specifically for a double TC start, you're probably going to find yourself in this kind of situations, right? Where willdbeast got well more than enough resources to go up to the Castle H already, and he's delayed himself quite a lot. And now he's going to... Oh my lord. He's going to have enough... Oh my lord. He's got enough to go twice to the Castle H. And then some. So it's pretty rough, and he probably realizes when he saw the time the Guras got to the Fuel H, he probably realized he was going to be so much later to the Castle H himself. So as he's clicking up, he's going to be there about 1 minute and 50 seconds later compared to Guras. Or Tobby. I guess I could probably just call the red player Tobby. Yeah, this might be a little bit disastrous for willdbeast. He's going for scale bar than armor, so we know what he's gonna go for. It's gonna be knights. Tobby, on the other hand, he's gotten to the Castle H already. He's got a second TC and a third TC on the way. Actually, a third and a fourth TC on the way. And no military buildings whatsoever, so he's taking advantage of the fact that he's first to the Castle H to get ahead in economy. This is something that I always mention whenever you're casting. That you get to the Castle H faster. You know you're getting to the Castle H faster. Going for extra TCs means you're basically guaranteed to get ahead in economy. As long as you're able to successfully defend yourself against a potential push from your opponent. But because Mongols are a civilization that kind of... They have a little bit of a scoop in their game, right? In the Castle H. And they only start getting better in the later stages of the game. They're going to want to play for extra TCs and for extra economy themselves, which means that Tobby's most likely not going to end up getting significantly ahead compared to willdbeast, because the only way to prevent Tobby from getting ahead after going up to the Castle H so much faster and getting the TCs up sooner would be for willdbeast to put all the pressure over here. But because willdbeast is playing Mongols, it's probably not going to be the case. However, it seems like he will try to go for knights though still. We saw him go for scale bar than armor, but I thought he might want to play for economy anyway. No, he's just going for knights. This I like a little bit better, and I feel like it's going to yield the biggest chance of a comeback for willdbeast, but even that I think is going to be pretty small. Hey, V! How are you? I'm doing better now. Oh, another villager goes down over here for wildebeest. To what? To the scout from Tobby. Yeah, I'm doing alright. I'm very happy to be back because I missed you guys a lot. But I'm still sad about the Amazon situation, and I'm gonna have to wait until Tuesday to see. Yeah, to see what's the situation in that regard. Were they sick? No. There were no tournament games basically, so I just prioritized working on getting my YouTube video out, which is already out by now.
Yay.
If you have not watched it, you can do so by doing exclamation mark video. Village goes down from Tobby, 2 villagers down. So far he's taken 3 villager losses. Yeah, I need to wait for Tuesday. Last Saturday, if I'm not mistaken, I uploaded the rest of the things that they asked for me to upload. And I am waiting for an email from them. Today I tried to log into my account and it said missing information, but I do not know if that is because that's what it said before already, before I uploaded the rest of the documentation that they asked for, or if it's new. So I'm going to wait until Tuesday, where we are going to have the 48 business hours already that they said I should wait for, and if they have not sent me an email by then, I'm going to talk to customer service again. Hope we get it sorted soon. Yeah, me too, man. It's really been messing up with me. I actually dreamt of it a few times. The last 3 or 4 days, I actually had dreams related to Amazon. Sometimes in the dream, I open my email box and the inbox, and I see that everything was resolved and I was going to get the product, right? And sometimes in the dream, it's a write-off. It's a loss. So not knowing is really what's killing me right now. But yeah, thankfully, now we have some good tournament games to think about something else, something better, something positive.
Grayton?
Beautiful raids over here from wildebeest. This is what I wanted to see, full pressure. Notice that despite Tobby getting to the castle sooner and the extra TCs up faster, he's in the same villager count compared to wildebeest. He's going for the 7th TC right now, and wildebeest is on 4 only. But he has gotten a lot of villagers from Tobby, and he's managed to keep up overall pretty well, so this is looking great. And you know, from this point onwards, if wildebeest is able to keep up and he's able to click out to the Imperial Age as well, he should be in a much better position. As well, the Mongols are going to scale so much better compared to the Britons over here. Sea trams with drills and Mangodai are going to be pretty much unstoppable from wildebeest.
Ready.
Tobby's going for a TC. What is it, you know, these guys though? That's what I'm pretty curious about. I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna take a look to see if I can find it. So wildebeest. I'm gonna search for random map. He's 1700. Wildebeest is 1700. Meanwhile, GurasTobbyBufas, which seems like an Xbox handle, is 1600. So wildebeest is a little bit higher over here, about 100 or so elo. There we go, nice! Monk's knives over here from wildebeest. He ends up losing a single unit. That is not too bad, to be honest. And he ends up taking all the monks over here. That was really well played from wildebeest. And we have lombos from Guras, but you know what? The moment wildebeest once again gets to the Imperial Age, gets to to ramps. And he can make a play for Cavalier if he wants to as well, or Elite Step Lancers, it's fine. After all, these guys will have 30% extra HP, the Step Lancers that is. We get Light Cavalry, Hussar, and Step Lancers, 30% extra HP for Mongols, but yeah, I think still, in my opinion, Mangodai is what he wants to aim for in C-Tram, of course. But yeah, this can definitely work, especially if Guras is just going to stick to archers and our longbows over here, right? And won't be adding any pikes or any counter to cavalry units. Imperial Lich is on the way for wildebeest. Tobby will be on his way to the Imperial Lich very soon. Nice. Imperial Lich is on the way now for Tobby as well. Interestingly enough, wildebeest has not really been going too heavily into stone yet. He's got only 4 villages on it, so he wouldn't be able to go for any Mangodai if he wanted to. Definitely, I would say he needs to go for extra stone miners. He's trying to get the walls up in the north. Yeah, if he's able to clean, or actually to close this up, right? Something like this. Should be in a pretty good spot. We won, I am sure you're glad to know. Yes, of course, Rosa. You won. So, what were you playing? Defensive? I always make that joke whenever people say, we won. Were you on the team? In the team, rather, but... yeah, I get it. Won 2 bets so far. Sounds great. Alright, extra table's coming up, and Tob is just going to start adding some cavalry into the mix. Wow, and wildebeest is making the play for Elite Step Lancers and C-Tran. Right now, he's got just the Capram upgrade coming up, and he's going to finish researching it. Yeah, you know, with C-Tran. Let's see. Manchester United, Ronaldo scored the winner. His 7th 100 career goal. He's the doubt of soccer. That's a great analogy. So here comes the beast. With a train of pain backed up by a lot of Step Lancers and Knights. He's going for the C-Tram upgrade as well, 50 seconds away from it. He's gotta be careful and not lose these units for free, as we have a lot of light cavalry over here for Tobby to defend himself with. And yeah, he's gotta defend these units. So he's bringing now the light cavalry, or actually the Step Lancers, and he's going to clean out the light cavalry from Tobby. We still have A-Rams over here, so he's adding 1 into the mix. Is going to go, wow, for a 4 siege Russia, but Tobby calls a GG over here, at the very least resigns pretty quickly, and probably calls a GG after resigning. But wildebeest will end up taking game number 1 over here, and it was not Mangodai in the end what got him the dub over here, but rather an insane, disgusting amount of Step Lancers, and very soon it was going to be C-Trans, of course. So well played. Let's take a look at the achievements before we jump into game number 2. Quick commercials. Subs are not going to get any ads. Non-subs are going to go through 60 seconds of commercials to disable pre-rolls for game number 2. So anybody coming into the stream will not have to go through the pre-rolls. For military then, we see a very nice KD for wildebeest. That's going to be about 9-4 KD ratio, which is great. For economy, on the other hand, we have a much stronger economy for wildebeest. I wouldn't say much stronger overall. He ended up getting only 454 additional resources compared to Tobby. But it's not too bad, considering the fact that he was so much later to the Castle Age, and He struggled to get the TC sub, but the pressure he put was instrumental in his ability to stay relevant in this game. For Society, we also see a stronger villager count for Toby too. So well done. Now we're back? Yeah, I mean, when I am not streaming, I'm working on usually on something else, content production or workflow. Trying to refine my workflow to make more content in the future, right? So what I was working on for the most part of last week, actually for the entirety of last week, was on the YouTube video that you can watch by doing ! Video. If you have not seen it on my YouTube channel yet, you can definitely check it out. So that took a long time to finish, but I took advantage of the fact that during last week we had almost no tournament content, right? So there we go. And so far 1-0 in favor of willdbeast. Welcome you guys. Yeah, to game number 2. So what do we have? What do we have here? We'll see that willdbeast is playing with Byzantines and Toby is playing with Italians. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about the one video because it's the first script video that I make in over a year. And I had a blast. I had a blast making it. I tried to make it high quality as well to the extent of my abilities. So I added some nice compositions and effects and transitions and stuff. But yeah, I'm mostly hyped about the story that it tells. Obviously, the scripted videos are about the content, not so much about the production quality, even if I try to keep it up. And it's just the first one, so I'm pretty excited because it's the first one in over a year, but it's just the first one, and we are going to have a lot more of that coming up, you know, in the future. And I'm always open to suggestions. What kind of content would you like to see? Top 5, top 10 content, the best maps to play with your friends, the best civilizations, I don't know. The best mods, the best scenarios, custom scenarios, the best custom campaigns too. That is something that I would definitely like to get into at some point. After going through the game campaigns, I would like to take a look at some of the custom campaigns that people have been getting out, which seem pretty good. Top 5 non-standard game modes, for instance, could be good, like CVA. You know, what is the one the cat master made? I don't remember the name of it now, but I included it in my video. Well, anyhow. Beautiful. Byzantines and Italians. Enemy islands. You probably know what this map is like just by taking a look at the minimap. Each player is going to begin with 1 TC on each island. So, what I remember from this one, from Terranova 1, right? The 1v1 edition, and Double Cup 2, is that usually it results in players trading islands. So one player is going to focus on putting pressure on one side, and the other players either going to focus on defending that side or putting pressure on the other side. If that's the case, the second scenario is going to usually result in one island for each player at the end. But a lot of things can happen, obviously. Spirit of Law already made the best video about how Britons are actually killed. Yeah, well. History is definitely not my strong suit, and Spirit of Law has already been doing a much better job than I ever could in his History versus the Game series of videos. History versus Age of Empires. So yeah. PLH should be on the way very soon. Seems like willdbeast will be the first one to click up. A great teacher, so maybe some of that. Yeah, that could be good. I would like to make at some point an Age of Empires University series of videos and going through the basics of the games, kind of like the Art of Wars, except that in video form instead of gameplay challenges and stuff that probably the game does not cover. Some more specific content, such as actual unit control. Like, what is the sequence of actions that you need to successfully dodge a magnet shot with archers? For instance, something like that. Or what is the mechanism behind something like this, right? Gate blocking or body blocking if you are using a scout to block villagers. And how you want to path your unit so it is more effective at blocking the other guy's unit as well. And in which cases the villagers just go straight through units. Something like that I think is potentially very interesting. But it's something that I would have to invest significant amount of time getting good at first before I'm able to teach anything, right? So that's something that I think I'm probably going to start digging next year. I am hoping that 2023 is going to be the year where I'll finally start grinding H again, and I'm going to try and get good at it. Because right now I'm making strides in all the things that I wanted to accomplish in terms of content production. And because I'm a content creator first and foremost, I wanted to have that in place before I divert more time into getting better at the game. So after all my systems are in place to keep on pumping content without it taking too much time that I cannot just do that or play, and I can do both, then I can start grinding again. So it's great. For the time being, I'm still thinking of what the next video is going to be. Oh! I thought I heard the villager go down. No. Village is coming up now for Tobby. Wildebeest will be the first player this time around by quite a lot to go up to the castle edge, and this could be huge. He's playing also Byzantines, which means that his fire line navy units will attack 25% faster. That is fire galleys, fire ships, and obviously fast fire ships in the eventuality we get to the Imperial Age. Let's take a look at what wildebeest will go for to go up to the castle age. It's just going to be your standard market and blacksmith by the looks of it. Where's the market actually? Wait! It doesn't have one! Oh god, he's going for it only now. He's in 3 additional villagers over here. Maybe he's not in such a hurry because he notices that Toby's still in the Dark Age, perhaps. But definitely could have gone up already to the castle age if he had diverted his economy towards going for the market and the blacksmith first. I don't think it was necessary for him to prioritize the fire galleys over here because he was still going to be the first one to the castle age. He was still going to be the first one to go for war galley. So he could have delayed this a little bit and instead gone for the market and go up faster, but he's still going to be faster anyway. Let's see. Two fish ships already down. Tobby. Yeah, and Will is looking great. Tobby's going for fire galleys himself. He's going for a demolition raft. Where's the demolition raft coming from? The right hand side. He does have 3 docks though, compared to wildebeest. Wildebeest is on 2 only. He's gotta be really careful. Does he know about the 3rd dock? I don't think he does. Well, he's going to realize now, right? If there is navy coming from the right hand side, then you've been targeting both these docks on the left hand side. You gotta realize there is something going on over here. Yeah, and it's actually 4 docks for the red player, as a matter of fact. Oh, that was a good shot though! And Tobby might be able to clutch this up on water. And wildebeest, very important for him to keep the units up until he's able to go for the war galley upgrade. Once he gets there, that's going to be so much better for him regardless of the amount of units, because he's not going to be outnumbered too much anyway, assuming that he got outnumbered at all. Right now, he's actually looking much better. He's got a third dog. He's producing 3 fire galleys at a time, and Tobby, on the other hand, is kind of struggling to get to the castle age himself. He's going for a blacksmith. Yeah, and he's just going to call the GG at the moment willdbeast gets to the castle age. That's a pretty quick series. The final score, a 2-0 for willdbeast. We'll jump into the first round of 32 set in a moment. And we'll see what we get. I guess we are just going to skip the achievements in this one. It was not particularly eventful.